Hi, I wanted to do a quick overview of this script. So I'm going to be looking at the pro version, but the free version works the exact same way. So I first created this script maybe 8 years ago on the back of shopping campaigns coming up with a lot of just nonsense really, which I'm sure you've seen yourself. And the same can happen with dynamic search ads and just ordinary text ads, thanks to Google's close match variants, which aren't always very accurate. And this is just a really good way of automatically and constantly adding negative keywords to combat that. So have a read through, copy the sheet, and there you go. And then this is where you'll pop your settings in. And then what you'll do is you'll take this URL, pop it there, and then you'll get the script. So let's go through how this works. So the example that's already in there is, let's imagine we sell sort of pet collars. So we've got our dog collars rule for a start. And then let's imagine someone's going to search for dog collars. So how this works is we're saying that we need one of these three words to be present in the search term. And if it is, then nothing will happen. It will not be added as a negative keyword. However, if one of these three is not contained in the search term, then it will be added as a negative keyword. So in fact, I'm trying to think what someone might search for. They might search for dog harness. Now, we don't sell dog harnesses, so it includes the word dog. So actually that also will not be added as a negative keyword. So what we might prefer to do is set the number of matches to 2 and say we actually want 2 of these to be present. So this is still fine, and then this will be added as a negative keyword. And you can imagine it works the exact same way with cat collars. And what you can also do is you can use the same ad group twice. So you might want to first say, okay, let's make sure it includes the word cat or any synonyms. I don't know. People aren't really going to search for feline collars, but you never know. So it needs to include one of those, and then it needs to include collar. Or if you've got another word for collar, that's something I can think of. But you also might want to include misspellings and things like that. Now, one of the things with the way this matches is if someone was to search for Dogecoin. I don't do a lot of crypto stuff, but I think that's how you spell it. No, what you do use that is Dogecoin. I have no idea. But let's say someone searches for that. The word dog will match this. Where actually the word dog isn't in there, or at least not the way that we want it. And so what you can also do is use exact match. At least in the pro version you can. So you can say, I want to match that exactly, just to say, if there's if there isn't a space after the word dog, then it's not really what we're looking for. And the same for dogs collars. So now under these rules, dogs would not match. So we would also have to include the word dogs. That's just an option if you want to be a little bit more strict. So that's the long and short of it. And as I said, the free version works in a very similar way. Let's look at some extra features this has got. So if you're just working on some of these, you just want to skip them just so nothing runs while you're working on it. Because you'll ideally want this script to run hourly and have the date range set to today. That will mean that as soon as an irrelevant term appears in the account, it will be added as a negative keyword. Hopefully before it can even get a click. And then the first time you run it, you might want to go back a bit further, maybe the last 30 days, just to mop up any search terms that have been appearing over the past 30 days. And then you'll want to go through all of these filters. So depending on the size of your account, you don't want to add too many negative keywords. It can fill up pretty quickly with larger accounts. You're only allowed 20,000 negative keywords in it per ad group. So you might want to start by saying they need to at least have more than 0 clicks, i.e. one or more clicks, or more than 10 impressions, just to make sure that they are actually going to have an impact by adding them as a negative keyword. But as I say, that depends on the account. You might also want to make sure that they haven't converted, and just say if they've converted, don't add them as a negative keyword. Then the search terms themselves, you can pull from account level, campaign level, or the ad group that we're actually dealing with. And then you can filter on queries. What I like to do, so if we're selling collars and we're called, I don't know, collars or us, you might want to say, let's just exclude our brand term so they are never added as negative keywords. Then you can pop your email in if you want to get an email if there are any errors. So errors are really important in this. So I recommend adding your email and keeping an eye on these logs. And then min words, max words, that you probably won't need those, to be honest with you, so I'll skip through them. That's just what someone asked for. And then run ad groups without keywords. So if you select this, then you're allowed to not have any keywords at all. And then it will add negative keywords just based on these rules at the top. Again, not too common, but it might come in handy. And then this is a good feature. You can select to use ad group names. So if you select this, what it will do is, because the ad group name is dog collars, it will immediately use dog and collars. But what it means is you don't have to type dog and collars in. You can just say, I want one match, I want to use the ad group name. So you can imagine if your ad groups are named in an apt way, as they often are, you can just pop the ad group names in all the way along and you don't have to worry about your keywords. That will just do the trick. You can still add additional keywords. So if you want to say use the ad group names but also add canine, then they will just be added, and then your positive keywords will be dog, collars, and canine. I don't think I mentioned this. So new negative keywords only. What this will do, and you can always have a look at the notes to see what the features do, is essentially if, for example, the word harness is in as a broad negative keyword, then this will not be added as a negative keyword. It will not be added as an exact negative keyword because it's not going to do anything for the ad group. So it will check the ad group, the campaign, and any negative keyword lists that are applied and work out if it actually needs to be added as a negative keyword. If not, it won't be added. And speaking of negative keyword lists, you can indeed pop a negative keyword list in, and then any negative keywords will be added to the list. Because lists are applied at campaign level, what you probably want to do is pull the queries from the campaign and then add them to the list. And yeah, I think that's about it. If you would like any extra features, particularly on the Pro version, let me know and I'll add them. That's what most of these features are. Or if you've got any questions, you can always email me, charles@shabba.io, or there's a little support script section if you logged in and you go to the script page. But that is it. A bit of a long one, but hopefully that was helpful. Thank you.